Rock the Boat TV.
Yo, this Mace, you know what I'm saying? You got niggas that don't like me.
I'll tell you what's interesting about the society we live in, and you know, when you've got dense populations, you've got the schools, you know, and it is based around monetary, so there's limits on how much space for education in dense areas. Is something they've got in these areas, they're pumping kids with chemicals. They're saying, he's got ADHD, so we're going to have to give him some tablets. Funny that, because when I look at this big map, and I've got these condensed areas with schools and the food that we're eating, so there's a higher amount of ADHD cases. Why is that? Is that because our style of life is bad for us?
Yeah.
It's not right, is it?
And that's what I'm saying, going back to that tribal thing.
Yeah.
These tribal people haven't got none of those problems.
Yeah.
Because they're not living in our environment, that type of West type of, well, okay, eat that McDonald's burger, and listen, you can put a McDonald's burger in a fucking jungle.
Yeah.
And you know, animals will come up to it and then walk past it, because it knows that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we think we're smart and we'll go, but that's going to kill you, bruv. That's not, you know what I mean? We're dumb like that.
It's funny because I was told from a young age, don't eat this process, don't do that, and by older people, and you sort of laugh it off.
Right.
Suddenly it was in the paper the other day, processed foods cause cancer. We should have,
But
you know, really that's news?
But that exactly, right? And going back to about where people's heads are and stuff like that, because you live in the West, you'll follow suit with that. Whereas historically, most people wouldn't eat that shit. And the only way you're going to get people to eat that shit is if you brainwash them and let them lose that old type of mentality. Do you know what I mean? Which tribal people have got. They would not eat that. They'd be like, nah, don't be silly, I'm not going to eat that. Whereas if you bring a tribal man over here and Louis Vuitton, going out to pubs, Ciroc, book a brass, he'll end up, I don't want to go back to the jungle, I like doing these sins that are over here. Unfortunately, everyone can pick that up.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Everyone can pick that up. That's why when you get a woman who's from a different country, like a third world country, and they meet a Western guy, whatever colour he is, but he's Western, because they go in there for the money, and usually, once they, even if she's a good girl, and she's, you know, she's innocent, once she starts seeing red bottom jeans and this and that, and like I said, then
She's gonna be accustomed to that, though.
she gets accustomed. Now she's like, no, I want this now. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. And also, there's another thing about off the topic, just gone left, but kids' haircuts. Because you spoke to me, you messaged me the other day about that, didn't you?
Because I wasn't. So basically, I say my friend, but it's only my friend's kid. But you know, he had 2 lines shaved in his head, in a haircut, and the school were like, you can't have that. They put him in detention for 2 days. They were going to put him in detention until it grew out at break time.
Right.
But it was 2 days, and I was a bit fight the good fight. Firstly, the kids, man. Surely you're allowed to cut your hair some ways. So I started ringing up a couple of schools and finding out about these haircut things.
We started ringing the schools up.
Yeah, I was interested.
I tried to go in
I'm going to send them a Korean section haircut, showing where we're going. I got angry. Then I calmed down a bit, you know. Sorry, but I want to fight this fight for you. But what really offended me? So the patterns in the hair and the colour of hair, I almost understand. Yeah, I think it's wrong. I think they should be allowed to cut their hair however they like. I think what I thought was short-sighted and bad was 2 things. Now I'm a white guy, I've got white hair. Yeah.
No.
You can cut it certain ways.
He's one of the brothers.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Tight curly hair. There's limited styles. So when you start messing with it, it's a different way of messing with it.
Yeah.
Look different. You get me? So that was first. I thought it's a bit short-sighted, really, because you know, call him Little Tommy goes in. He's got it shaved like that with a long bit like this. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you got some patterns in your head. But it was over the top, so I kind of relaxed and thought, you know what, maybe it's a bit overstyled, maybe let go. But what was really bad is there's a school where you are not allowed to have, whatever you call it, cornrow or cane-row in your hair.
Yeah, I see.
Now
I see one,
that was different.
I see one about that.
Because that's tidy, it's neat,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
The battle, because it doesn't affect their education.
Yeah.
But that was
That's
bad.
bad.
That was bad because what you're, you know, ponytail, fine. No, I'm afraid not. You can't have that. Why not? Because it is sensible. It is tidy. So why are you saying
You can't have that?
And that really upset me.
So man phoned all schools.
What, you know, like I say, I just felt sorry for him because he wanted to look cool. He wanted to look cool. That's what it was. To be honest, why are we messing around with these? We've got more to teach a child than to have. He's got plenty of time to have to dumb down and do stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
That's your school uniform. You understand because school uniform. When I went to school, I went to a rich area, but I did not have money. I couldn't afford the kind of clothes these kids were wearing.
Yeah.
That's why.
So school uniform helps, isn't it?
It does. It makes everyone a bit the same.
Conformity, anyway.
Yeah. It just gives you a level playing field, you know. But haircuts, I think it's wrong. But that cornrow thing, I think that is just.
I mean, I
bad.
I think that's a problem because it's you're marginalising a certain set of people.
Yes, you are.
So historically, cornrows and things like that, those are one set of people's cultural hair designs, which is black people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that they can't have that, it's like, well, this is
us.
This is what
Our identity, like.
This is our identity.
Do you know what's interesting? The teacher said, "Don't make this a race thing."
But it is. You just made it.
Exactly. It is. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What were the two kids in detention?
Yeah.
What were you know?
Yeah.
They were black kids with haircuts that were normal to them. Yeah. Don't say don't make this a race thing. It's a race thing.
Yeah.
You might not know it is because you're not thinking
That way, yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's incredibly short-sighted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't win the case for him. He has.
You tried.
His mum's got like, do you know, like the stuff they put on their eyes, the black sort of eyeliner. She's tried to paint over it, and obviously, trying to just hide it, you know. But obviously he's got the detention. But yeah, I was naive to it, right, and I thought, and it will stay with me for a bit.
Yeah,
it's quite short.
definitely.
Just you asked about some subjects. This is going back a bit now, but me and Ricky were talking about it once. Talking about the statues around England, America that they take down.
Okay.
And they take them down because these people at the time were seen to be, you know, powerful, good men. But actually, as we move forward, we're like, actually, is it right that you should have Churchill poisoned all these Indians? Is that okay?
Yeah.
And other people, I mean, we haven't got into church. He's sitting on my £5 note. And me and Ricky talked. Is it right to take them down?
Okay. Oh, you're talking about like when we were talking about the statues in America.
Yeah, they're knocking them down now because they're suddenly becoming more socially minded. Do you know what? This isn't right. This guy was a murderer. He was an invader. He done these things. So they're starting to take them down or remove names. So what do you guys think about that?
First of all, I looked into a little bit of information on that. A lot of all the statues in America that got made that were by for guys who were whoever they were, a lot of them got made after slavery and they got made in the Jim Crow era. Now the Jim Crow era is basically, Jim Crow means it was a time in America around 1870, where after the slavery got abolished, they brought up a new law called Jim Crow, and it basically meant, okay, Lerone, you can use that toilet, Steve, you can use that toilet. You go this school, you go that. So it was separate, you know what I mean? And that only finished in the early 50s, early 60s. Yeah, so you still had another, so after slavery, you still had another 100 years of that racism mindset.
Yeah, of course. So when we weren't kicking straight away anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what happened is while the Jim Crow was on, they started bringing up the monuments of the South, started making monuments of those people who were doing that stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so the losers still got to make statues of people that of their, you know, who they revered, basically. Do you know what I mean? Which is technically a mad thing anyway. I don't even understand how you lost, but you still get to put up a statue of shit. Do you know what I mean? So that's how those things still come about.
For me, because I've looked at it as a global issue. So you're putting up statues of people who have done incredibly bad things for someone. You know, the winner, you know, writes the history book sort of thing. What I came to the conclusion is, no, don't take them down. Leave them up for people to witness and learn about what this guy did. What you should be doing though is the other people around this time that in all countries that fought for civil liberties that were at the time downtrodden and obviously forgotten about now. Why aren't we putting statues up about them? Why aren't we saying this guy was doing this and then luckily this woman or something, and put her up next to him and say this guy did this and this woman saved this.
I think you shouldn't forget the history, but you should put those people up in a museum and explain about what he done. When you put a statue up of someone in public, you're revering that person.
Yeah. And if you're just walking down the street, you look and go, oh, he must have been a good guy. Anyway, yeah, cup of tea, you know.
So if you have a statue of someone, we're revering him. Whereas there's no statues of Hitler. There's no statues of Hitler.
No.
Right, he done atrocities, yeah? So, but they're not putting a statue up of him. Whenever you put a statue up of someone, we were saying, let's take time out to revere this person.
Yeah.
Now, if America's saying we stopped slavery because it was wrong and blah, 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 why are you putting up a statue of someone who was doing the wrong and we're still revering them? Your dad and then your granddad. Do you know what I mean? To signify that time.
Yeah.
It's only 3 people.
Yeah.
It's not 20,000 people.
Yeah.
So in that time, if you've got 3 people, if your granddad's been wronged and been mistreated and he hasn't got all the financial stuff that he should have because of this wronging, it's going to affect you.
Of course it is. And it's very difficult, as we all know, if you're put into a situation where you're poor or you're lower, it's very difficult to change, to move up.
That, exactly.
For many different reasons.
It's going to take some generations for that to change.
Indeed.
So that's why, you know, when I go on YouTube, whatever, and I look at what people like say in comments, because I like reading what people say in comments. And,
yeah, it's interesting.
And I've seen stuff where people said shit like, get over it. Slavery happened hundreds of years ago, and it's like, no, the last bit of slavery happened in America, I think was like 1930 something.
That's not a long time ago at all.
Well, it's still slavery today all over the world. I mean, let's be honest. I think we need to seriously need to look at that as well straight away.
Well, they've still got it in the prison system in America, isn't it?
Yes.
So what they're doing over there now is, and it's not new. It's not new.
The most incarcerated civilians in the world, isn't it, America?
Yeah, it is.
With the population percentage.
Yeah, it is.
Building stuff for businesses.
It is, because you've got the amendment in the the Constitution for America. The 13th Amendment says that, I think there's a documentary about it. I think I watched it where it was saying there's a clause where it's like no one's a slave, but if you've broken the law and you're going into the jail system, that's the only time you can be a slave. Your rights as a normal civilian are diminished. So that's the only time they can overwork you, not pay you for stuff. No.
Because I watch them.
That's not rehabilitation now, is it?
Now if you look at the American jail systems, what they've got, all of them have got a contract with a company. Yeah, and the contract is, okay, we're making, I don't know, number plates for cars. We'll supply the workers, and you give us a certain amount of money for it. Once you're a prisoner, like you're committing something, you go into jail, they use your amendment, your 13th Amendment, where it says, once you go into jail and you're your things, you've lost your normal citizenship. Now you're a slave to the state. So you've got tons of people that they're using to get free labour out of.
So if someone, they get like paid like what,
14p a week.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
$1.50 a week.
Yeah,
I watched something
yeah.
called Lockup.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Which is
mad.
modern day slavery.
Yeah.
If you look,
In a supposed
yeah.
society, do you know what I
But
mean?
again, after the Jim Crow era, there was this. Oh, what's it called? There's a law. There's a law. Hold on, I'll find it because I did write it down. There was a thing that come out, yeah, and basically what it was, I'll find it now. It's called convict leasing.
Leasing, they even call it leasing.
Convict leasing.
They don't even like sugarcoating it.
Yeah, AKA slavery by another name. After the slavery bit, and they started going, right, okay, we're going to do the Jim Crow law. They put in this thing called convict leasing, and basically what it was let's get people who are convicts, and then we'll put them into the slaves so they can work for us. Yeah. And it was the same thing. There was a big case where they were basically in the south. You might be walking down the street as a black man, and they just pick you up. What are you doing here, boy? You should be out here this time. Who do you work for? And if you couldn't show them paperwork to show who you work for, right, you're going to jail. And they put you into jail, and then your bail money was so high that they go, you can't pay for it?
Yeah.
We know you can't pay for it, so what you're going to do, you're going to work your time off. And some guy, there was a famous guy who got put into the system, and he was only supposed to get 3 months, but then ended up getting like 2 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Hard labour, chain gang type of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. You looked at all of it and it was like, oh, then they're all black. Like, so it's not new. They're still doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just a
in
thing.
different ways.
Yeah, so they're basically what they're thinking is, okay, what we'll do, we'll just we can make money out of this, but we'll just get the blacks. We don't like them being free anyway. We'll put them into slavery again, but through the law.
Yeah.
Nothing new, it's just a different name.
Yeah, for real.
Now, that's not me being on a conspiracy shit.
No,
History shows you.
Facts.
That's what they've been doing.
Listen, Obama stood there, and it was just, do you remember, it was years ago now, he stood there and he said it's not enough not to just say nigger in public.
That.
You need to address how you are looking at whole sets of people. What was funny about that situation, suddenly all the media were like, oh, President said nigger, that's awful.
Yeah.
What? Did you miss the point?
Exactly.
But yeah, you know.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, a traveller can say a derogatory term for himself. A Chinaman can say derogatory. That's you lot saying it.
Yeah.
If I say it, I'm expected to get a box in my mouth.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be saying that. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of it is boiled down to, like, tying back to what we were saying before. We're in a society where the people who've been on top don't need to. It's all about education. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
And we're in a society where it's only been the past couple of decades that people are starting to learn. Oh, you can't say that about them. I know we say that word, but you can't say that about them. But we've been brought up in a society where these people who are on top, I don't need to learn about your history. My history says this is it. So I don't need to know nothing else. When in the first place, the history got told in a way that was putting you on top, when factually that might have not been true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why they call it his story.
Yeah. For real. On the last topic, let's talk about Harvey Weinstein. Go on, Ricky.
Listen, to me, you just got caught doing what all of you lot are doing, or a lot of you lot doing. There's a culture in that place. It's just that us as normal civilians didn't know about that history. Do you know what I mean?
But for everyone doesn't know, let them know.
Okay, Harvey Weinstein, if you've been in a hole, haven't spoken to no one, he's the director in Hollywood who's got caught for basically trying to put his hand in women's knickers, saying, I'll put you in that film if you give me a little.
Well, this isn't new, is it?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, what's Marilyn Monroe? You know, even in that film about her, she slept with someone to get a job.
Yeah.
Whereas children, I do not know, but you know, I think it's just as a people, these things have been going on. He's like the poster boy for sexual, whatever, predatory, isn't it? But the reality is, it's right through the industry.
Exactly.
I mean,
he's just one who got caught.
he's just the one who's got chucked up. We need to start looking at how we treat each other. I mean, males and how males treat females.
Exactly, basically.
You know,
because at the end of the day, them females are having to say, right, okay, do I get that job role and get that pay? Or do I say, no, I'm not going to do that and I'm going to try and find something else? Whereas, they're basically, what they're doing is you're offering up what's treasure between your legs to try and get a role. And it's like...
Try to get a step higher in the business.
And unfortunately, it's bad that women have to go through
It's in every business, isn't it? That, you know, they have to put up with a bit of flirting or the occasional comment, and you know, older blokes go, oh, come on, it's just a laugh.
As a man
it's
with
not
power,
a laugh when
as a man with power, would
uncomfortable.
you two do the same?
Well, absolute power corrupts absolutely, doesn't it? I mean, I mean, me, I don't know.
I'll be true.
I've been bad in the past when I was a teenager, when I was horny as fuck. I remember, I look back and I think that comment wasn't right. That attitude was not right.
Okay,
when an opportunity arises.
No, but you're talking about a comment, whereas these guys are actually going, well, okay, Sarah, you give me some pussy. Excuse my language, but you give me some pussy, I'll put you in the background on that film.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna touch you up, and I know you don't like me because I'm ugly as hell and whatever. But that's like, hold on. Way my brain works, if a girl's not interested in me, it makes me like, well, I can't do this because she's not interested.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Would you now, if you saw it in a workplace, if you could see somebody was being manipulative or using their power or indoctrination, would you go, excuse us mate, that's not right, and risk losing your job, risk losing your pay?
Okay, I might not, I either do two things. I'll either say, sorry mate, that's not right, or I'll
smile to the girl.
Or no, I'll smile with him and go, hey, and I'll go straight to his higher boss and tell him, this guy's on some funny stuff, you need to get rid of him. Do you know what I mean?
But even with the Hollywood thing, it happens in the music industry as well.
Well, yeah, they come intertwined, don't they?
Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, it happens in all industries. That's what we're saying.
No, but especially those two industries, that is rife.
Well, it's hungry for that. People are more. I suppose if you're going into something about fame or whatever.
Everyone wants that fame stuff.
You are willing to maybe go, you know, that extra thing because you're being taught that fame and money is important, is the thing to go for.
Yeah.
So what are you willing to give up?
And girls need to definitely be aware that, like I said, what's between your legs is treasure.
Yeah.
You don't want to be giving that.
But some girls don't know that because that's what they want to do.
Well then, if she wants to do that, yeah, she genuinely wants to cough up some
demands.
That's fair play to you, love. Yeah, but
if it's an exchange.
But yeah, exactly. But there's other ways of getting to where you want to go.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You know, there's been tons of other women who didn't have to do that, and you're giving up something that's worth money. Can't put a number on it. You're giving that up just for this little film role. Don't give up treasure to no pirate. It's not.
But there is one number. Do you remember the woman that lost her virginity? She sold her virginity for $2 million. You never see that?
Yeah, a few of them have done that now. A few girls have done that now. Yeah, it's now a running thing. Constantly, yeah, I've seen it a few times.
She gave up her virginity for $2 million?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If someone was going to pay me to give up my virginity, like...
yeah, as a teenage boy, I'd be like, are you going to pay me?
$2 million.
Listen, I'll pay you. But what's between my legs ain't worth... No, actually, that sounds wrong. That sounds really dumb. But what's between a girl's legs is perfect. You don't want to be coughing it up just to this idiot.
I think it goes both ways. What it is basically understanding that you need to start realising that a person is a person, they deserve respect.
Yeah.
The moment you're going into basically can't even say it.
Yeah, cohesion.
It's not good. And people need to realise when they're doing it. And this is what I say about when you see it as well, and you kind of turn a blind eye. Scaffolding sites, building sites, chefs, restaurants, pubs. You know,
but that's a different.
When it is different, but it's still there. We need to stand up and go, no, it's not acceptable.
I mean, on the building site, because I've worked on once or twice on the building site, you literally do, because I remember after the time I finished working there, I remember my vocabulary was different.
Yeah.
Why was that? That's because I was around a bunch of fucking, most of them were uneducated, and your main words was fucking. She had a big size of. Greenie.
It's almost
you start having that.
Do you know what I
mean? I started downsizing myself and being like dumb and being on their type of language. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas in Hollywood and all that type of stuff, it is these guys, the gatekeepers, are usually men, and for these women, for you to get where you need to get, they're not going to respect you on that same level. You're going to have to give them something.
Which is horrible.
You shouldn't do that.
No,
what do you give up to get somewhere? I mean, what would I give up? Would I give part of myself away if I thought I'm going to have 6 million in the bank? I don't know.
Not now.
I mean,
not now as I'm growing and I know my faculties. But when you're young, you're dumb. So you might go, okay, I'm gonna, if I'm a female, let me sleep with him. That'll be worth it. And the other 10 guys. But then by the time you get to 30, you'll go, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Because you just offered up some treasure, like I just said, to a bunch of pirates. And you can't get that back. You can't go, Scott, excuse me, can you give me back my vagina, please?
Yeah.
There's no receipt for that. No, what happened with the service? No, it's too late, it's gone.
Yeah,
gone. Do you know what I mean? So, unfortunately...
The whole of the music industry though, sex sells, and I'll be honest, again, is it because I'm getting older or is it always been... I watch some of the videos and I think, fucking hell mate, this is just like a 4-minute advert for sex. There's no content there.
And them doing that, it just degrades themselves. Even the man, oh yeah, she's nice, I want to fuck it, yeah, she's banging.
But you said the right word. Yeah, but you said the right word. They're looking at it as an object. I want to fuck you. They're not saying, oh, I like her.
Yeah. Young girls are watching it as well, and you're continuing this atmosphere.
Then you've got them respectable women, they're doing a great job. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, what way?
No, I think just like trying to build themselves up in...
of course.
Well, listen, women, if a smart woman will know this, and any girls out there as well, you'll cotton onto this if you're around the right women. Men are stupid. Most of us are stupid, We think with the second head, So sometimes, if I had a business and I wanted my salespeople, I could choose who I'd be picking women. Because I know to get that deal, if I bring her in and she uses a little bit of her sexuality, instantly that guy's not even thinking straight. He's thinking get the deal, sign the paper, get him to sign it, because most men are stupid. So women can, if you're smart, you'll use your femininity, but at the same time, you need to project to these other people that I've got to respect her because she's got a brain and she can offer something to us, do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because every smart guy has always got a woman behind him that says, look, see them not there, Rick, Steve and Lorraine, them lot are some bums, don't work with them. When you're like, no, they're good mates with me. And then 6 months later you're like, yeah, you were right, So, women, don't offer up the things, man, keep your treasure, give it to the right.
Exactly. On that note, let's wrap it up. Been a great episode.
Good.
And on to the next one. See you soon.
Rock the Boat TV.
Yo, this Mace, you know what I'm saying? You got niggas that don't like me for whatever reason.